that's something you need a team for. That's something that I'm currently with some of my books looking back at to see where I can fix it that are already out and maybe put another edition out of that book. But yeah, that's probably the most difficult part is like the editing and like the formatting. But mainly once the book is done, it's mainly just promoting yourself because I don't like to promote myself, but that's something I had to learn to do. And what I've learned and through these TikTok shop videos is just being authentic. Like
Okay.
even if I have self doubt in my promotion, like I'll put self doubt in my promotion, and that's what helps. Like if I were to blow up, I'll sign this book. So if I blow up, and people will tell me, no, don't say that about yourself. Your art's worth it, but it helps.
I understand. I understand. So, what would you say to someone who is thinking about self publishing, but is like, how would you win them over to the world of self publishing? What would you say to that author?
I would say if you're serious about this poetry thing and you don't know where to start, and you have a body of work that you want to get out there, put it out. And the great thing about publishing in general is that book can sit without knowing about it for years. But as soon as you tell somebody, that's brand new to someone else. So and also your message is important. So put it out. And that's the quickest way to do it. You ain't got to worry about jumping through hoops trying to find a publishing company because from what I heard, publishing companies only take like one or two poets a year. You know.
Yes, they surely do. Poetry is not as extensive as it used to be. I can't even tell you about working. I might see about maybe one or two books,
Hmm.
three or four in a year that is solely poetry, not poetry in fiction or poetry in nonfiction, like
Hmm.
solely poetry. You don't see much because it's really become the underdog of the literary world. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, and I really do thank you for saying that you can put a book down and pick it back up years later and there's always a new book. I always tell everyone there's no such thing as an old book because not everyone has read every book. So it's
Exactly.
going to be a new book to somebody. So I love the fact that you said that. That makes so much sense. So, remember I told you when we were talking before the podcast that I have this special section that's called the fun questions?
Hmm. Hmm.
All righty. So here's the fun questions. Y'all know me. Y'all know I love music. Okay. And I love a good TV show. So I just saw 911 last week, y'all, and I cried. I
Hmm.
cried. Cried. So I would like to ask you if you can choose to write a medical poem, what TV medical team would read your poetry out loud? So we have 911, we have,
I'm not a big medical genre person. My wife watches them religiously. So I would have to
tell
say
your,
the Grey's Anatomy team because
tell
that's
your
the one
wife,
I know the best.
tell your wife, we and her need to talk. I got to get a hook on the 911 so we can cry together. But why Greg's Anatomy?
Because that's a show that she binges like heavy. Like she can watch like when a new season if a new season were to drop, she'll go watch all the seasons until she gets up to the point of where the new season starts. So that's the one I just know like that. I really am not a big medical drama person. So yeah. And
That's a lot.
it does get how like like someone else watching the show that you're not interested in it, you get interested in it after a while. So it's like, ooh, this is kind of interesting.
Okay. That's a ooh. So she loves Greg's Anatomy. So she'll go back and look at the previous season.